You're listening to Engage Williston, a Williston Area Chamber of Commerce podcast, brought to you by the Leadership Williston Class of 2025. Your hosts are Diane Schmidt, Megan Liss, and Carmen Delaney.
Engage Williston is brought to you by Western Cooperative Credit Union. You can visit their website at wccu.org. Join the herd. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Engage Williston. I have my guest here, Stacie Bondy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I also have Carmen and Meg with me.
As always. We didn't rehearse that.
No, we didn't.
That was magic.
Well, that was pretty awesome. All right. In today's episode, we're going to find out some more about Stacie Bondy, her Williston Leadership Project, why she selected her project, and how the community can help. Welcome, Stacie. You want to tell us what your Williston project was?
Perfect. Yeah. So I'm Stacie Bondy. I am a nurse practitioner at CHI, St. Alexis Health here in Williston. I work on the hospitalist team, so not many people probably see my face because I am in the hospital. So if you've been admitted, you probably saw me. But I moved here about 15 years ago when my husband and I had met, and we moved out here after graduating college. And from there, I kind of have become friends with his friends' wives. And so this is how my project actually kind of came from, is that these women have become my friends. And it was through a conversation about children, and her child to be exact, that was having some literacy challenges, and felt that she could support him as well as other kids in our community. And so her and another friend of hers started a nonprofit organization called Western Star Literacy Center, and that they tutor individuals, so it can be kids or adults that have any literacy challenges, such as dyslexia, to help support them in any way, kind of through their tutoring programs and getting different community members in to help with tutoring. And so I thought that they were in their first year of working, and they've gotten some funds, but they really weren't known in the community. So I wanted to see if I could help them. So I kind of shot a text to them and said, hey, would you guys want me to do a fundraiser? Can we do something to kind of get you out there and get some money raised for you? They jumped. They were so excited. They were like, yes, we don't have time for this, because they are busy working moms and they have this new venture that they're doing. So that's kind of where, after a couple brainstorming text messages, that's where we came up for my Bingo for Books. And so that event was what I held to help kind of fundraise for them.
Gosh, how wonderful is that? Especially for Williston. Like, that is amazing.
And it's so cool that you had this group of women who kind of welcomed you into Williston and recognized this need for learning disabilities and finding support for kids with that, and adults, which is so cool.
Yep.
And you joined this Leadership Williston program, and you're like, how can I help you? Since, you guys welcomed me into the community. That's such a cool story. I love that.
Yes. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I initially started thinking, what did I want to do for my project? It was kind of the biggest thing, part of Leadership Williston. And obviously with my healthcare background, I went to, what can I do to help healthcare? And Helen pushed me and said, no, you don't have to do that. Do something different. Yeah. So, I racked my brain, and it just came to, back to just conversation with friends that led me to, what can I do to help?
Right.
So that kind of led me down that path.
Well, what a great source. You're getting opinions, and you're hearing from people who are just living their lives day to day in Williston, and you can really see like their struggles and what they need from their area and provide that. So that's right. Awesome.
And for those that don't know, Stacie's was the first Williston project completed for our group.
Kudos.
That's right.
It was
incredible. And you set a trend.
And
you were like,
you set the bar.
Yeah.
It was. It was tight. We started in February.
Yep.
And from that point, I, messaged Megan and Abby, and I said, can I do this? And we found a date in our calendars that all fit. And it was like, yep, June 18th, let's do it. And it was 2.5 months or so to kind of pull this big fundraiser together.
Incredible.
As well as, being a busy mom of 3 and I work full time, and my husband owns a business in town. So it was, I mean, Kyle will tell you he was annoyed of talking about bingo. I would like YouTube tutorials of how to like create a bingo hall, and like we've all played bingo, but how do you run it?
They don't realize. I remember a networking game that the chamber put together, and we're like, how fun would it be to just do bingo? And we're like, how? It's not that hard to make bingo
seems
cards.
like an easy enough concept.
No.
Yeah, no, it's a whole, there's
There's thought.
tutorial, of how to, how do the games run, and I had no idea.
So you had never done anything like this before,
no,
but you managed to, okay.
I've never.
Wow.
I would have never thought I would be putting on a fundraiser
Well,
in
I
my
think
life.
that goes to showcase your leadership ability and stepping out of your comfort zone and doing all of that.
And it was a lot of fun. I mean, honestly, it was to connect with, I mean, I know Megan and Abby really well, but then to connect with them on a different level, and then to reach out to community members. Because part of this was that I reached out to different businesses and said, this is what Western Star Literacy Center is doing for our community. And, can you sponsor our event, or could you just sponsor and donate to them? Because it was they have multiple different kind of funds with their with their donation part, but I was going towards kind of their general fund so that they can feed their scholarship fund, their kind of curriculum fund and things like that. So if people want to sponsor and donate to them still, they can. It's just, this was a really great way to get their name out there and then get businesses with the event, because, events cost money. And so it was to get that. I had I strive for 4 sponsors, and I got 5 to sponsor my event. So it was, we had businesses and individuals that helped with that. So that was fabulous.
Yeah. And I mean, what you said about just like the awareness is such a big part of it too. I had never heard of Western Star Literacy before hearing about your project. So that's really cool. And you were saying that that's kind of a newer nonprofit?
So they started in May of 2024. That was when they first were kind of founded. And since then, they've reached over 90 students.
Wow.
So they've done amazing things. They were able to get in with all the schools, with Williston, with District 7, as well as with Trinity and St. Joe's, that they were able to get in and do like specialized tutoring with children in school. So it wasn't always outside of school, that they were able to go in and their tutors were able to go in and help within the school hours. So that kind of helped too.
So when you initially started this project, did you have a goal that you wanted to meet?
For funds, I did, and I didn't really tell a lot of people because I
Can
didn't
you share with us?
Yeah, so I kind of was like anywhere between like $3,000 and $5,000,
And
that was my like. If I could get that, I would be so.
So 3 to 5 was what her
stoked.
initial goal is that she didn't share with everybody. Can you tell us how much you were able to raise?
After with all sponsorships and everything, we were at $19,915.
Oh my God, I got goosebumps.
Like 4 times, almost 4 times. Of what
You would have been
thought.
happy with the 3,000 to 5,000.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what was, how did you react to raising that?
I was like stunned at first, but they kept like sending me like, "Hey, we got a donation. Hey, we got a donation." And
wow.
I mean, it was, we had our event sponsors, which was they were $1,000 each, so that was $5,000. But our cost actually wasn't horrible. I mean, for our I kept the cost low so that like everything, and then with those event sponsors, all the ticket costs and everything that I set like at $25 for like admission fee, that all went back to them. So we kept the cost low. I mean, to host another, or to kind of highlight another town community venture, we did it at the James Memorial Art Center. And that was, I mean, we were packed.
Yes.
Diane was there. We were packed. We were at like max capacity.
Like men sitting on the couch playing.
I mean, it was a lot of fun. And I mean, it was just, I would have more food next time, like all the things, but it was just, for the first time, it was a great adventure.
Yeah, my whole family went. We had a good time. We were a little bummed that we didn't win, but we had a good time.
The bingo community out here is strong.
Oh, it's strong.
Yeah.
I mean,
Intense.
there was
They
people
take it.
talking during that, like, you need to do this weekly. And I was like, weekly? I can't, like, this was, I mean, let's do it yearly.
Right.
But, I mean, it was a lot of fun.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, it kind of sounded like you're hinting at maybe this being a recurring.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've already talked to Megan and Abby, and they're like, "Let's do it." And I said, "Let's do
Right.
it bigger and better, and get a little bit bigger venue and see if we can stretch it." I mean, I was surprised that we got 128 people
Yeah,
because I
that's-
set it up and I was like, who's gonna come? Are we gonna get it out? And I mean, it was very minimal marketing outside of Facebook, and it was just, I mean, me talking to people. I know my classmates, they put up
Yep, we put up
different
flyers,
flyers, but it was very minimal, and it was just kind of word of mouth, and it was a lot of
Well,
fun.
and it's a great cause, and I think people in Williston really love to rally around a really great, meaningful
Yes.
cause. And
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Especially when the people who are trying to support it are very passionate, and they can show their sincerity just by coming and talking like upfront to others,
Yeah, and she was really worried in the beginning not selling all the tickets, right?
We
Yes.
always are. That's a big one. Yeah.
I mean, I would watch. We got a account like through a ticketing
Right.
platform, and I just kept watching. I was like, okay, no one's buying anything. And then it was suddenly like the last day, I was getting Facebook messages
Yes.
like, I'm having FOMO. All my friends are going. Do you have any more tickets? And I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I have.
Isn't that
it
a crazy
was-
thing? I experience that every day in the chamber. That's my life.
That's Williston.
But gosh, it really, the very last day, that's when you see those ticket sales. But I'm just so happy that the event went smoothly for you, especially because you haven't had an experience like this, like leading an entire event that hosted more than 100 people.
Yeah.
That's a lot to, like, I don't even have the words for it. That's
and I think it is just
direct.
using. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was using my resources to kind of figure out how do I do this. And it was funny because when I was at the James, Pam was like, "You've never done this before, have you?" And I was like, "No." How many tables do you have? How many I mean, it was like all very new to me that
Right.
I felt like I was back planning my wedding, that it was, how like the food and how to find people. I mean, that was,
But the staff at the James, they're awesome too.
Oh,
they are such incredible team that like are just so willing to help any generous cause. So,
and she was, I mean, Pam was great. She
Yeah.
just said, contact this. I needed a bar, and she's like listed me a ton of people that have done it there. That was it was a lot of fun. And
Nice.
for food, I wanted one of those big like charcuterie tables because they have those beautiful like 12-foot tables. And so I actually knew a gal that I used to work with, and she does it just kind of on the side. And I said, "Hey, do you want to do this big table?" She's like, "Oh my gosh, yeah."
And it was
So-
full.
And it was full.
It was full.
I
It
mean,
was
Kendall
so-
did a great job, and she got like 5 or 6 more like requests to do tables after that. So she was very appreciative. I think it was, just helping not only like Western Star Literacy Center, but the James and Kendall, like all the, just reaching out to everybody and getting, the businesses that like donated prizes and the event sponsors. I mean, it was just a lot. It was a lot of community support, which it was just really kind of heartwarming to be a part of.
That's awesome. And do you feel like those conversations and finding sponsors were pretty receptive because of the mission, or how did those conversations go?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them, I posted my social media post about it, and I got messages. Because initially I was going to just do like cash prizes. And then it just was, "Oh, Stacie, I can donate this. I can get a basket. I can do this." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Instead of prizes, let's do, baskets or these gifts or gift cards." And so it was just a lot of just kind of, it kind of all fell in place. And so it was just a lot of fun to, pivot when you needed to. And it was for a good, even though I think next year we might pivot away from prizes, because my one challenge was I didn't think about the multiple winners, and there was multiple winners multiple times. So we had to kind of like piecemeal different gifts, break apart. And then we just had to, end up taking cash out of the our kind of money and give it up.
Right.
We'd give that out so that people got a prize. So
But not only the bingo, you guys had a raffle as well.
we did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
We
Talk
did.
about
there's
the
like
raffle. That
layers and layers.
Yes.
No, yeah. And it all kind of fell in place. But we had a generous donation from Green Thumb, Vestal Commercial Properties, and Chamley Pipe and Salvage that they did a Medora weekend. And so there was a
Nice.
hotel and a
Yeah.
gift card and show tickets and things like that. So then we were able to raffle that off. And that was like a whole nother layer. And people just bought raffle tickets. And
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
Well, and wasn't it for like a family of 4? Like 4?
yes. Yeah.
That is
So
a
not
pretty
just
sweet
a
deal.
pass with a couple. It was
Yeah,
for
it
4.
was for 4. Yeah.
Mhm.
No. I mean, this community is beyond generous. That's like the one thing that I think is the overarching is that when there is a good cause, and especially for our children, I feel like they are there, when we need them. So,
Yeah.
That's
It was fun.
wonderful.
Like I said, it was fun that way. I was hoping I'd win the Medora prize, but we didn't win that one either.
No, I'm bummed that I didn't go, but I'm kind of like excited for this new era of bingo.
Yeah.
So do you have big dreams? Like, what are you thinking for the future?
I think just bigger
Bigger?
next time. Yeah. A bigger
Nice.
venue.
Mhm.
Sticking with bingo, though?
I think bingo. Yeah.
You're not gonna like throw a little something else in there?
I don't think so. I don't
Bingo's
know.
enough.
Bingo's good.
Watch
Maybe
the
another
YouTube
raffle.
tutorial.
Yeah, oh, fun.
You got to put all that knowledge to use. So all those YouTube tutorials
Oh,
and
That is true.
talking to your husband about bingo.
He was like, "Are
you
we
kidding?"
done with bingo yet?"
Like every year.
Every year.
On this day, every year, there will be bingo.
Oh yeah, he was thrilled.
And your event was during the week, though.
It was, yeah. I was kind of nervous with that, but we didn't want to hit. We were coming into the summer and activities and camping and lake and all that stuff. So yeah, we picked a Wednesday night, which we just went with it. That if
It was still full.
Oh, yeah.
It was a packed
Yeah.
house.
It was.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you think for the future you would kind of keep it that, or would you consider it maybe doing an event in the winter when there's not a lot of things to do? Like, what are your
That's
plans?
what we did talk about potentially. Could this be like a twice a year thing?
Right,
That
yeah.
once you get going, I feel like now, we know where to get the supplies and it's finding a place and food. I mean, honestly, do we need to do food? Could we do snacks or, something easier, popcorn? I mean,
Yeah.
something little that we don't have to do like a big, charcuterie table or grazing board, I think is what she
Yeah.
called it, grazing table.
And if this idea was just coming to fruition in February to put it on, in June, then it totally makes sense that
Yeah.
it just all kind of fell the way
Yeah.
it did. And
Yes.
so, but yeah, in
But
the future.
gracefully so. My gosh.
Yeah.
This is like
I
a
kinda
huge
got lucky.
success.
Yeah.
Well, whatever energy you put into something, I think is what you receive. That's how I live my life. So you can tell that this is really close to you in your heart and you had good intentions going into it and that's what you got. It's just great things.
And I think anyone that knows me knows that if I'm going to do something, like I'm doing it.
Right.
You're
and
all
I'm going
in.
to I'm not gonna go, halfways. I'm gonna go all the way.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, have you heard a lot of good things? Like what was the any comments from people that attended or suggestions? Like
I think just more often.
Just
do
more
it
often?
again.
That's what
let's
people-
do it again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
More
don't let-
space so I can go.
Yeah. And no men. Because
Yeah,
they won
the
a
men
lot.
won.
really?
Really?
There was like 5 or 6 guys and they won
They
quite
won.
a bit.
Yes.
I think they were in cahoots.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
they went
But
in
they
with
were
a
totally
plan.
comfortable on the couch. Just everyone's sitting on chairs and they're just hanging out on the couch.
Maybe it was the
Right.
couch. Maybe
Maybe.
everyone's going to
Yeah.
try to snag the couch next time. Say that's where the luck is.
Yep.
Magic couch.
But let's
go
talk about your
swimming.
host that you had at your event. Just kind of
Yeah.
ties into who our previous guest was.
Yeah, Mitch was great.
Mitch.
Oh, you had Mitch.
Of
Yeah.
course you had Mitch.
So this was just like a lot of things fell into place because I talked to people. So again, people were annoyed of the bingo, but I was talking to a good friend at work and she's like, Mitch Melberg, I bet he's called bingo before. And I was like, oh, I don't know. She's like, I have his number. I texted him and he's like, I've never called bingo, but let's do it. And I mean, it was,
Wow.
See?
he came in on a whim. Like I was probably like the worst host of like,
You did
know,
fabulous.
yeah,
You
I
were
mean, I was more
fabulous.
like, Mitch, this is what we're doing, and just call
Yeah.
numbers and go like your humor, whatever, just do it. And I mean, he did fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things. We had many comments about him that he was just great, that
Yeah.
his humor was good. It was spot on. And yeah, it was good. It was a lot.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
He was officially our first guest here.
Yeah.
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 He's good.
Yeah.
He's a good human. Yeah.
He is. And, you know, he's so involved in the community
Yes.
with the city and everything he does with River's Edge. And that's where I played bingo actually for the
That's
first
what I was
time.
going to say.
in my
Like,
life.
I'm
Yeah.
just so surprised that was his first time
Yeah.
calling bingo.
Yeah,
That's kind of disturbing. Think of it, because he's just such a natural entertainer that you would just think that's, in his back pocket. Of course I've done bingo
Well, now
before.
it is.
Well, yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Will you ask for him next time you do it?
Oh, I did. I already told him.
There
I'm
you
like,
go.
he's like, I'll definitely be there.
Oh.
So yeah.
Well, he
That's
does wear the
incredible.
Grinch costume, so maybe he can do something.
Oh, some Christmas.
How fabulous would that be?
That would be. Send him out there to steal the prizes that people win. And,
Reuse them.
Yes.
Regift.
That would be entertaining.
Oh my god.
I'm sure he would be totally down with that.
Yeah. So what was like the biggest challenge that you faced? Because it sounded like everything kind of worked serendipitously, which is amazing. What was kind of like the biggest challenge?
I
in all
would say
this?
just time. It was time, and it was just being a busy working mom. Honestly, I mean, there was days that I mean, in patient care where I work, my days can be really, really hectic because I have sick patients or I have a lot of patients. So if I had a minute that I could do some things at work, I would, but there was a lot of the times that I was up late, and that's not my norm. I mean, usually I'm like 9:30, and
Wow.
there was days that,
We are those friends. 9:05's too late.
And these days, like, I was staying up late just to do these tutorials, I had notebook upon notebook. So it was mainly just time, I think. But, and I thought that I would never be able to pull it off. That
But I think
there would
time
be
was also
something-
your friend, though, because it didn't allow you to procrastinate.
Yes, which I can do sometimes. So
Same.
yeah,
Oh,
I think
I
it kind
understand
of pushed me. I had a
Yeah.
deadline, and I got it done. So
So that's cool.
Yeah.
So then the next time you do it, it won't even be a thing. You'll have already done it. It's going to be easy
Right.
breezy.
because I think everything would just be then fairly easy. Date
Yeah.
and time, food,
Show
drinks, show up.
Buy your tickets.
And buy your ticket.
Yes.
Would you do more advertisement then?
I think so. Yeah, I definitely would do. And I think I told them I would have liked to reach out to more companies. I didn't like the fact of I emailed some people, but I really would want to show up and say, hey, this is what we are, this is what they are, and this is what we're doing. I just feel like if you just get a letter to say, hey, can you donate? It's just so impersonal.
Yeah.
So I felt I would want to do more of that. I think this time, if I had more time to send out things, but also show up and
Right.
show up to businesses.
Well, then that way people see the passion you have for this
Yeah.
project. It's not just a whim for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, speaking of sponsors, obviously you're going to be always looking for those donations and those sponsorships. What can sponsors expect, donating money? I know it's going to a great cause and that should be, enough, but are they able to come to these events and speak, or are they able to participate in some way?
Yeah, so that was our big event when we had the 5 event sponsors, which I should say CHI was one of them. We had MPLX, we had Capital Well Services, and then we had Dr. Greg Brown, who is an orthopedic surgeon here in town at CHI, and then Dr. Rob Kemp and Deb Kemp. So they're really involved in the community as well. So they each got tickets, 4 tickets for the event so that they could come and enjoy it
Right.
because they got that great donation for us. So
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And then they got to see just success, and then
yes.
how much was actually raised, and just
Yeah.
a wonderful time.
Yeah, and I think, if we do, there's other opportunities, for
Yeah.
future. If we do bigger, that we could do different types of sponsorships or donations. If you do donate to Western Star Literacy Center separately, they have different donation levels.
Oh, wonderful.
That they, get. You can get a sweatshirt and tote bag, things like that they have based on what you donate.
Right. Some
And can they
fun
do
merch.
that online? Do they have to go
Yes. Yep. No, they can. I think if they have a Facebook page, and then they have also a website that there
Nice.
should be up. And
Do you have the website information for
I
that?
do.
Do you want to share that with everyone?
Yeah. So it's Western Star Literacy Center .tutorbird.org. It's tutorbird.com.
Nice.
And then you can always, that's their website, and they have donation stuff there, as well as, obviously, if you have any individuals that you know of that need tutoring support, or if they have known dyslexia, they don't do any of the diagnosing, but if you have a diagnosis, they would then support in that and what they need in terms of tutoring.
Do you also have their address with you? You can share with everyone?
I don't.
Well, we can definitely put the link for donating in the description for this.
we can do
and
that.
we'll be sure to add the address too.
Yeah.
So people can check it out. Facebook.
Yeah.
All the cool info.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Well, like, speaking of future events, do you have any interest in like partnering with more people, or maybe step away from bingo and do something else? Like, has this sparked something in you where you're like, I need to be in the community more?
I think just to be in the community more.
Right.
Being in healthcare, that's where I just I want to sit in my corner.
Naturally gravitate.
Yes.
Right.
But I feel like I need to get out there more. And, having children, and now my oldest is in school, and just to be more a part of, PTO and just being in the community, I think is going to be just beneficial, because the only way kind of the heartbeat of the community is to be in it.
Right.
And to be involved.
And there's so many volunteer opportunities in the community, or just to participate in events, or going to these sort of events or initiatives where you can network and meet other people that kind of share that same vision as you, and, help them, help you, help them, help the community.
Yes. Yes.
And with your background, I'm sure people will have what you have to say is beneficial to them.
I would hope. Yeah. Yeah.
I hope so. When you're talking about healthcare, you're kind of an expert, more so than me.
We get questioned a lot too. So, but yes.
That's so cool. Well, I really would like to know more about you, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Because we heard about this wonderful event and like how it started, and what drove you to create it. But I really want to know, how did you get started in your field? What made you want to go into healthcare? What brought you here specifically?
So I grew up in West Fargo, North Dakota. So I'm originally from North Dakota. But I grew up with a mom who worked in the nursing field. And so I didn't want to be a nurse. I guess I wanted to be a science teacher. I really liked science. I went to college at UND. I wanted to get away from Fargo, and so I went to UND, just an hour away. But it wasn't until my sister had a baby, one of my nieces, and I saw my mom go from mom to a nurse. My sister had some complications, and I was like, maybe that's what I want to do. So I pivoted my sophomore year in college and went into nursing, and I think it was one of the best decisions. I really do enjoy my job, and when I was just entering into nursing school, I met my husband, Kyle, who is a native Williston. And so when he was graduating, he was like, well, I'm going to move back to Williston and kind of take advantage of the oil field. And he said, well, do you want to move with me after you graduate? Because I graduated a semester after him. And I was like, well, do they have a hospital out there?
What's out there?
What do they have?
Dirt, fields, oil rigs.
Fields, yeah. And so I applied, and the first question that I was asked was, do you have somewhere to live? Because at that point in 2010, it was height of nothing. Yeah. And I said, actually, yes. And we ended up living with my in-laws for 3 years in their basement. So they're the best people. So
I'm sure you guys bonded.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And still to this day, it's good. I worked here in our hospital. I on the med-surg ICU floor. And then after about 3 years, I just kind of wanted more. I've always been one that wants more, and I wanted further my education. And so I went back to get my master's in nurse practitioner.
Wow.
And so I graduated with that in 2015. And I started this position that I'm in with hospitalist at the time. So there wasn't a position for this, but the president at the time said, let's do this. Let's help our docs out that work 24/7 and kind of have that bridge between. And so that's where I've been on the hospitalist team. Yeah.
Wow. So you've seen like, you know, the growth of Williston. You were here participating in it.
Oh yeah.
And dreaming big.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get to have all the money from the oil field, but I got a lot of experience. I mean, working with a lot of the individuals that worked in the oil field at the time, and still now today, but a lot of the traumas and the bad side of things, and a lot of the healthcare that unfortunately gets skipped when they're out here working. They don't take care of themselves, and they don't have, at the time, honestly, they, didn't have a lot of healthy eating going on. It was a lot of convenience, gas station food and things like that. But,
well, yeah, like back then there wasn't a lot out here.
No.
So you really just had to take what you got.
It kind of explains all the health stores that have opened up since. I haven't really thought of that before.
We're connecting the dots.
Yeah.
Things. Whoa.
get those easy meals that are healthy.
How lucky are we now? Like,
it's connecting everything.
yeah.
It's all connected.
I don't know what I would do if Jack and Juice wasn't around.
That's right. So what spurred you to join the Leadership Williston 2025 class?
Yeah.
I honestly, it was to get to know Williston. Even though I've been here, I didn't feel super connected to the community. So that's what the biggest thing is. I saw a Facebook post about it, and I thought, I've done one through CHI, like a provider leadership, and it was all very kind of, provider and healthcare oriented.
Right, yeah.
And this one, I just felt like maybe I should do to get to know people in my community that are also like up and coming leaders, and also to know the community, because I liked how you would go to the different venues. Right. I mean, agriculture and healthcare. Yeah, I mean, everything. So it was really interesting. So that was my biggest pull.
And
I think.
It sounds like it helped you do exactly what you set out to do. You became really connected with the community, and in such a cool way.
Yeah.
Which is such a great point, because like it just shows that even if you are a part of a community for 15 plus years, because its expansion happened so fast and there were so many new families that came in, you do feel that disconnection of like, I don't know my community well, because, things happen fast. So taking the moment to step out of your comfort zone and maybe do something that pushes you a little bit further, or that helps you in some way grow, you meet amazing people, and you get to learn about your neighbors.
Yeah. And we're in the last month of class. What is your best session that we've had so far?
Yes, I want to know.
Tell us what
I feel like the airport was... it just was, I
thought you were going to say all of them. No, the airport.
The hospital.
The hospital was pretty nice. Like, I just didn't, when we toured the hospital, seeing Stacie in like her element was like, okay, like I see her like.
You're giving the tour.
Yeah, pretty
much.
That's kind of what happened. It was like,
he
okay.
handed off, and now it's Stacie's turn. I'm like,
yeah, she was like, oh my gosh, what am I like? Oh, but like in your element, you were just shining. They were sharing everything, all the changes that were coming in the community or in the hospital. Was really nice to see. So it's been really, really nice to see everyone in the leadership program shine in their own element.
Nice.
Because Kayla was part of the airport, so watching her, that was nice.
So what
to
about
see
the airport? Did you see? Like, did you see?
It just was.
Did you get to fly a plane or no?
I did, but we can't go into that. We had to sign an NDA, but we won't get into that. Just kidding. I didn't fly a plane.
If they're listening,
I did not fly.
We didn't touch any planes.
Anthony, I promise. No, it just was. I know Anthony, the airport director, personally. I know his wife and him, and it just was. There was something. It was just like his presentation and just about the airport and how the city is connected. I mean, it's just all very. I think it was a lot of things that I knew but didn't know.
Yeah.
And then Overland Aviation. I mean, holy cow!
I did not realize how big it was.
No, and that was. I mean.
Crazy.
Yeah. So it's just really impressive of what this town has. I mean, it's just, that was it was just a lot of fun too. I mean, we're coming to our end, so we're all very comfortable in our kind of group together.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
So I think it's just been a lot of fun the last couple times.
Yeah, it has been.
Sure.
And I think the biggest thing is Anthony was very candid in his answers. They weren't, politically correct. They were just kind of from the heart. Here's what I think. Here's what I value kind of thing. So that was really nice to see.
Cool.
That's so cool. And we are really lucky to have Williston Basin XWA, like, so cool. And it's an amazing airport, and the staff are very passionate about
Oh
what
my
they do.
gosh.
My
yeah.
favorite part was getting through security without being checked. That was like
to
my
walk in the
favorite
side
part.
It's
door.
like it's a
it was
treat.
so
I
nice. I
love
was like,
it.
ooh, this is fun.
You don't have anxiety
VIP.
sweats.
No,
you
I'm
don't
just
have
like,
to
I
take
got
your
this.
shoes off.
No, that's nice.
Like, I'm a VIP today.
That's kind of what it felt like. Like we got to see things that the general public don't get to see. So it was really nice to kind of peel back that layer and see.
Kind of the inner workings. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
really
to know
nice.
that they don't have a lot of like
Staff,
decision making,
yeah.
like about like flights and things. Like they have, they
I'm
can,
sure, yeah.
I mean, it's all like the own industry or the
Airlines.
the airlines. Yeah.
They have no control over it.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure, yeah, you could experience a little empathy for them now.
Mhm.
Like, you know,
Yes.
the inner mechanics. So you're
yeah,
next
so
time
I
you're
was
at an
like,
airport.
okay, I don't.
Yeah.
Now I understand. Like
You're not getting
there's-
angry. You're like, oh, this is actually
Mhm.
out of their control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
definitely.
cool. Did you guys hear our ad there?
I don't think
The
so.
Willis-
The
What?
Discover Williston
The-
app.
Yeah,
I
the
know.
Discover Williston app one.
No, there were people coming in and out, so it was really
I'm
loud
sure,
in there.
yeah,
so.
you guys were distracted with all the information.
Well,
and
that we were on a
whatnot.
runway all by ourselves.
Yeah.
I think that was probably
They
the
let
best
you loose
part.
out there?
Yes,
Well, they drove us out there.
they drove us out. So it was kind of weird. Like we're in a van on the
on
runway.
the runway. And we had like a plane go
Yes,
by.
it was crazy.
Did you guys take a photo?
We did.
take a photo.
Nice.
That's
That's
a lot
so
of fun.
cool.
So
Well, it sounds like you guys like have had such amazing memories
we
from
have,
this.
yeah, it's been really. I mean, it's been an interesting part getting to know each other. Like you said,
Yes.
becoming closer, texting each other, not just about class stuff, about other stuff, how's life, that sort of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's building that rapport other than just in class.
And I
Mm-hmm.
think getting each other, like helping each other
Mhm.
with our projects, I think that was the hardest thing was these projects. Like it just, because it is to get the resources to get you out in the community and to
Right.
recognize what is needed and what's repetitive. So yeah,
And to push you out of your comfort zone, really
Yeah.
stretch,
Yeah.
your skills that you're learning in the
Yes.
program. And, like you're saying, you had this kind of cohort when you moved here, but now you've got all these friends.
Yes.
You've got all
Mhm.
these resources. That's so cool.
Right. And you build that mentality of like, there's no scarcity. Like, we are here to help each other and there's room for everyone. And that let me lend you some of the knowledge that I've learned and like the resources that I have to push you forward.
Because your
Yes.
success is each
Yeah.
other's success.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Well, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like this is a smaller group. There's only 6 of us.
Yeah.
I misquoted last time and said 7. I was counting somebody else, but there's only 6 of us. And it's a group of people that we're truly lifting each other, trying to help each other in any way that we can. It's not this catty backstabbing that you might experience in other sort of programs. It is very community based, but still working on those leadership skills.
Yeah. No one's trying to outshine each
No,
other. 'cause
not
it's
at all.
not about that. It's about
Right.
how can you lift each other up.
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
I don't think my project is going to raise as much as Stacie's. And that's okay because we're using my platform, my project to help showcase yours.
Yes.
And that's okay.
And also to get more community
Yes.
involvement. I mean, with the chamber and with everything. So I
Mhm.
think we all have different, I mean, I know you'll have other people on, but we all have different angles. And I think that's where that's a lot of fun.
It's nice to see
Yeah.
everyone's different leadership style show in their project too.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's the thing too, is that we all are individuals. And so we all have different leadership styles, different ways that we collaborate with each other. So that's really cool that you guys get to experience those
Yeah.
6 different styles and learn from each other. Yeah.
And we all come from different employers. It's not like the same. We're not working coming from the hospital or all work in the healthcare field.
Right.
We all have different work backgrounds as well.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if someone was interested in doing this next year, is there any advice that you would offer them or maybe something that they can look forward to or why they should do it? Like,
Join the leadership
sorry. Yes.
Williston program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be just for community involvement and to get to know the leaders that are around you. Because I think I know there's other avenues to do that. I think there's like the business after hours and things like that. And I've never heard of that. So that was the other thing that I was like, if we can get, more leaders in our community out, because I think sometimes we get stuck in our industry
Yeah.
a little bit. But if we can get more people out together to work together to do something, I think that would be fun. And I know I think our group is quite vocal on things that we
Just
would
a little
maybe
bit.
change. Yeah. And so but that would it be more beneficial to have one big project? Could
Yeah.
we make more of an impact? But
Definitely sounds like there's a lot of big personalities in your group. I've heard that.
We do. I mean, but we all have ideas, and it's all centered around improving the community,
Yes.
not necessarily improving my leadership skills.
Yeah.
And that's the nice thing to see, is that we want the community better.
Yeah, I think that's where our overarching goal would be, like, how can we make a big impact instead of with one small little area that we could we do something bigger if we all like were together.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some really great projects that I feel like if we could have all teamed together and done something really big, could we have done
Right.
something? You know what I mean?
Can maybe this
This isn't the end, guys.
At
Yeah.
2.0.
Well, I did have somebody ask me if we could bring back the Big Brother, Big Sister program.
Oh yeah.
And that would be an awesome Leadership Williston program
Yeah, it would be.
with all of us.
That's so cool.
I was like, where were you in February when I was working on projects? We're in August now, and mine's already underway. So,
Because there's some really great things that came out of Leadership Williston, like the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, that getting that to our community, and like the wrapping of the power
boxes.
the power
Yeah.
boxes and stuff. I mean, I think there's a lot of things
The
that,
Bark Park.
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
dog
that
park,
people don't quite know
No.
that they came from this. So I mean, there's a lot, because I know that you want to get the word out about it, because I think it would be great to have
Yeah.
more up and coming leaders in our community, and people that are already established. It would be great.
Right.
And so kudos to Diane for having this platform where we get to explore the 2025 leadership programs,
Yes.
at least, and in the future, maybe we can do like a throwback where we're talking
Yeah.
about those previous projects too.
Right.
And that's the hope, to have everyone in our
Yeah.
class on this
Yeah.
podcast to talk about their project,
Yeah.
kind of showcase Leadership Williston as a whole and what it has to offer our community.
Right. And maybe spark an interest in someone else who would be interested in it,
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Carmen and Megan.
Maybe.
We do wonderful things every day here at the chamber. I don't know.
We'll just throw it on our plate. Listen.
What's another
What's
thing?
another thing? It's fine.
I love that. I love it. Well, we always ask a fun question too, because I know, we got all that boring stuff out of the way. No, it was all very interesting.
Very
We loved hearing it. But I know you talked about how the Books for Bingo, or Bingo for Books, or what was it? I'm so sorry.
Yep, Bingo for Books.
Bingo for Books. Thank
Yes.
you. You struggled with the timing of everything. Like you had work and you didn't have any time to words are escaping me today. Sorry. Figure out the details. So I want to know, what's your favorite productive procrastination activity?
Ooh.
TikTok. Is that productive though?
Oh, not productive. Okay, no. Well,
That was too easy.
Unless it's like recipes and like organizing.
That's
can
true,
be
actually.
productive.
I mean, it can be, but most of the time it's not.
No. Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know.
Productive procrastination.
Probably just organizing like anything. My kids' toys. Like, I'll just do this, and like
That's
I
so
don't
true
know.
though. No, that's a
That's
good
what
one.
I was
Just
gonna
to
say.
not-
Like, when I
yeah.
start cleaning, where I'm like, I really need to do this thing, but you know what? Also, I need to do
Suddenly, my closet needs to be
Yes.
reorganized or something.
color coded.
Yeah,
Yes.
or when you go to get one thing out of like a certain drawer or a closet and you're like, man, this closet's disgusting. I'll do that thing later. I'm just going to organize this real quick.
5 hours later.
A simple project,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that answer.
Yeah.
And TikTok too, I guess.
Yeah, no TikTok. I mean, it can be productive.
Right. So many bookmarks.
But most of the time it's not.
Inspirational. Yeah.
Most of the time, just scrolling.
It's productive passing the time.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna save this for later, and then I never watch it again.
Ain't
Yes.
that the truth though?
Oh,
I'm
yes.
scared to look at how many saved TikToks I have. There's probably gold in there though. I probably have some really good stuff just buried.
Maybe. Who knows? We'll never know.
No.
One day. One day.
One day.
All right. We should probably thank our sponsor today, Western Cooperative Credit Union, for sponsoring the podcast.
Yeah. Yes.
And then, what is your LLC? Delaney?
Oh, Delaney Studios LLC.
Delaney
Whoa.
Studios
We can't
LLC
forget.
is also a sponsor by helping us with our mic stands,
Yeah.
editing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And
I
thank
know.
you, Stacie.
Yes.
Oh my
thank
gosh.
you.
No,
You've been a
thank you
wonderful
guys.
guest.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much for coming, Stacie, and sharing your story, your project with us. We appreciate it. It's been great having you here.
Thank you.
See,
No,
and we're
it's been
not as
fun.
bad didn't go as bad as you thought it would be.
It's not scary, right?
And we're not on video, so that's awesome.
One
Thank
day.
you, Diane, for keeping us on task and having this wonderful platform for us to
Yes.
engage Williston.
Engage Williston.
And thank you all for listening.
Yeah. And if our
And-
listeners want to give any comments or suggestions about what we should talk about, what is that email address?
That email address is bakkenbreakdown@gmail.com.
That is the one.
That's right.
Send your comments, complaints, sponsorship requests, whatever, our way.
Good vibes.
All the things.
Good vibes.
Yeah,
Nothing but good vibes here.
that's right. That is correct. Awesome. Well, I guess we'll see you next time.
See
All
you
right.
next time.
Hey, Carmen, have you heard about this amazing event called Will Expo?
No, I haven't. What's Will Expo?
I'm so glad you asked. Will Expo is our Women in Leadership event, and it's all about providing our local women with the knowledge, connections, tools, and inspiration to excel in their careers and all walks of life. This year, the Williston Chamber is inviting keynote speaker Akua Kanadu, a storytelling strategist, speaker, and podcast host who helps small business owners and creatives use everyday moments to build powerful connections and grow their brands. She teaches how to embrace who you are and turn real-life experiences into stories that resonate and sell. Not only that, but we will have local women leaders providing workshops and our key information during events. And you can't forget our amazing local vendors.
Oh my gosh, how awesome. We are doing a podcast, aren't we? How can I attend Will Expo?
It's so easy. Just visit our webpage, www.willistonchamber.com/will25 and click our ticket link. You can see all event information and ticket pricing there.
I'll be there.
Awesome.